Welcome back, America. Another great patriot. It's good to have John Ratcliffe back. John Ratcliffe, the media have a new spin out there, and they all seem to speak with one voice. I don't think that's a coincidence, by the way. And that one voice is, well, Durham hasn't demonstrated that Hillary Clinton was guilty of anything or had any involvement, or that the Clinton campaign or the administration had any involvement or anything. And they dismiss it. And you know what? It's not just the media and Democrats. It's even some of the never-Trumpers out there saying the same thing. How do you respond to that?
Well, as this story has been out there, I have seen that, where the mainstream media is trying to reuse this as a way to revisit and tamp down the idea that the Trump campaign wasn't spied on, because they can't find a specific reference to that in something that John Durham puts in a federal pleading. But this issue's long been decided. I think it was February 5th of 2020, I questioned, as a member of the House Judiciary Committee, FBI Director Christopher Wray, and I asked him point blank, because there was not a proper predicate and an FBI lawyer lied about Carter Page, was this not illegal surveillance of the Trump campaign? And his answer was yes, absolutely, and it was totally unacceptable. So that issue has long been since settled. And so, I think the the thing that people, as the story broke this week about John Durham and some of the particulars about Michael Sussman, I would remind your viewers, Mark, that, when I became the director of national intelligence, I asked to see all of the intelligence we had on Trump-Russia collusion. And the answer was, well, we don't have any. I don't mean we don't have just a little bit, but we didn't have any. But what I saw that I had never seen as a member of Congress was we had all kinds of intelligence about fake Russia collusion, that Hillary Clinton had created or had a campaign plan to create fake Russian allegations to smear Donald Trump with things about Russia that weren't true. Now, you don't have to take my word for it, because what I declassified, as you'll recall, was John Brennan's handwritten notes talking about the intelligence collected to that fact, and then further that he was briefing President Obama, Vice President Biden, and members of that administration's national security team about all of that. And so, those were things that now John Durham is revealing some of the details of what that campaign plan was, and the way that folks like Hillary Clinton campaign lawyer Michael Sussman and other people employed by or working with the Clinton campaign were selling a false narrative to the FBI and to the CIA. And I guess the last point that, that the media is trying to focus on here, the mainstream media talks about, well, this is just a campaign dirty tricks, and campaigns do that. And that's absolutely true. As you know, Mark, campaigns creating a false narrative about an opponent is something that happens in politics, and it's not illegal. But what is illegal is when you create a false narrative and then you take it to the FBI and the CIA and peddle it as real, hoping to authenticate it by opening up an investigation. That's all sorts of criminal activity. It starts with lying to federal agents, for which Michael Sussman and others have been charged, 18 U.S.C. 1001 counts, but it goes all the way up to conspiracy, possibly even to racketeering, to RICO charges. So those are the things that I know that John Durham is looking at, because I've had discussions with him about that when I was the DNI, saying, look, I've got all of this intelligence over here, and appropriately by law, it needs to be provided to you through the Department of Justice, because it relates to domestic criminal allegations. So here it is. And so those are the things that he's looking at. Now there's 3 people that have been indicted in connection with that. And I would expect there would be more based on the intelligence that I've seen.